Hi everyone. We're going to do our cut and staple a book of My Safari Adventure. So the first thing we're going to do is cut the pages. There are 2 pages. So the first thing we're going to do is cut the long sides. So if it's better for your child, you could also take a crayon and make an extra line on that side, if that's easier for them to know how far they're supposed to go. So you're going to cut. So they hold their paper with one hand, they pick up their scissors with the other, and they're going to cut along the edge. When they get part way, they may need to adjust their hand up a little bit higher. If you find they get stuck in the middle, you can still work with this worksheet by having them cut across the middle first, because then they do not need to cut this long of a line. So it may be easier for you to then give them this line in the middle to cut first. Again, they're picking up the scissors. They put their fingers in the long side and their thumb in the small side and picking them up. This hand is holding the paper. My fingers are below. My thumb is on top. So then I'm going to cut up that middle. So now the paper is much shorter. It's easy to manipulate, so it's easier to use. We're going to turn it. I'm going to cut this side. You can also keep outlining it with a highlighter if it helps your child. Turn it again and cut up this side. All the way across. Excellent. Now we have one more cut to do here, and it's right down the middle. There we go. So we have our first page, our second page. I'm going to turn it upside down now as I put my other pieces on. So now I'm going to cut the long side. I like cutting off the outside first because it makes it easier not to miss spots, like the small little piece. If I cut the middle off, it's sometimes harder to see. So now I'm going to cut this side, and I'm going to cut down the middle. And then I'm going to put in my pages. I'm doing the lion first, and then the hippo. And now I have this page. I'm going to cut the outside first. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now I'm going to cut the middle. All right, now I start getting my individual pages. I'm going to cut my zebra off. I put my zebra on my pile. I put my elephant on my pile. And then I'm going to pick it up. All right, I'm leaving this one out. I'm going to put my Jeep on next. I'm going to take all my garbage and put it in my garbage can. Oh, my garbage, some of it fell on the floor. I'm picking that up and putting this all in the garbage. All right, sometimes that gives us a little motor break in the middle of everything. So let's read our book, and then we're going to decide what we're going to do on that last page. So, My Safari Adventure by, this is Amy, because I am doing this one. You would put your own name right here. Tell your mom or dad how you're going to spell your name as you write it there. Ready? My Safari Adventure. I went on a safari and I saw a giraffe. I went on a safari and I saw a lion. I went on a safari and I saw a hippo. I went on a safari and I saw a zebra. I went on a safari and I saw an elephant. I went on a safari and saw a sheep. Now, you can do this two ways. You could go and you could take a walk with your parents and decide what animal you saw, and you could draw it here. One I might see here around my house is a deer or a squirrel. Or you can think of what other animals you might see on a safari. I think I might see a lion. So I'm going to draw, oh, my pencil broke. I have to try that again. So make my face. And I'm going to do a lion. So I'm going to do a mane going all the way around his head. It kind of looks like a sun when we do it this way, doesn't it? So we better get that big nose in the middle. Big lion nose. And then I say, usually call this a J and a backwards J. And then we put his eyes on. And let's make a lion body. And 1, 2, 3, 4 feet, and a little tail. My, I have a fat lion. Anyhow, I'm going to write the word lion. I-O-N. So after you get your whole book all together, you may want to color your lion if you do it. After you get it all together, you're going to take your stapler and put it on one side. You put both hands on top and you push down. And then you take both hands on top and you push down. And now you have your own book you can read to your parents about your safari. I hope you enjoy. Bye, friends.